whites, Lucas. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 to 7 LAPD units behind the suspect. There are 2 LAPD airships overhead, and that night sun now shining brightly on that suspect as he comes up on yet another intersection here. He's doing relatively sane speeds here, not going excessively fast. We'll see if he picks up steam here. He was using the shoulder on the freeway to get around a whole lot of traffic as he was making his way northbound on the 5, and then decided it was just too much congestion, and he decided to get off the freeway at Roxford. Now again, we are on surface streets here in Sylmar. Another traffic light making a right turn. No, a little bit of a fake out there, continuing straight down Borden Avenue, southbound Borden through the Polk intersection. You can see LAPD lights and sirens blaring, continuing through the red light with him as he continues southbound. Coming up on Astoria, a wild left turn there, high rate of speed as he made his way through that intersection, now making a left turn onto Astoria Street and picking up a lot more speed. All of a sudden, really stepping on that gas pedal as he speeds down Astoria Street about 50 miles per hour, making a random right turn here, continuing south on Dronefield Avenue off of Astoria through Sylmar. Again, starting to appear much more agitated as he picks up steam here, trying to create any distance he possibly can between him and that primary unit. It's behind us. We're like a few miles away from the chase. Straight up there. All right, making a right turn on Hubbard Street now, off of Borden. He's still in Sylmar as he makes his way through Sylmar, just kind of making these turns up as he goes along here, starting to do a loop in this neighborhood, northbound now on Fellows Avenue. And these all appear to be random right turns, a good indication that he might be looking for an opportunity to dump the vehicle and then potentially foot bail out of this chase. He's in a real jam here. He's got a lot of eyes on him, several helicopters, more than a handful of LAPD units right behind him, and they are treating him extra careful here as they believe he is armed, heavily armed, with possibly a long rifle in addition to other weapons. So they're going to treat him as such as they continue this chase here. What we will not see in all likelihood is any signs of a pit maneuver with that intelligence in mind. They are going to definitely play this one pretty careful as he continues up Glen Oaks Boulevard, coming up on Dyer here, and you can see he's doing about double the speed of the rest of those cars, probably about 50 to 55 miles per hour, closing in on 60 miles per hour as he heads up Glen Oaks Boulevard. Coming up on Tyler, continuing northbound Glen Oaks Boulevard, just going around this traffic here. There's very few cars out there, and he just kind of weaves around whoever is in his way here. But thankfully, not a whole lot of traffic this evening as we make our way northbound on Glen Oaks Boulevard towards Sylmar. He will eventually have an opportunity to head towards either the 210 freeway or get back on the 5 freeway. We'll see if he continues to straight up here or starts to indicate a left or right turn. If he goes right, that'll put him towards the 210. If he makes a left turn, he'll be heading towards the 5 freeway. Northbound Glen Oaks Boulevard through Cobalt, coming back up to Roxford Street, which is where he got off of the 5 freeway and turned into this neighborhood just about a few minutes ago. So we're right back in the same vicinity that we were earlier on in this pursuit, not that long ago, and he has done a large loop around this entire section of Sylmar, now making a right turn onto Roxford, heading away from the 5 freeway, but heading towards the 210. So we will see if he decides to get back on the freeway. The 210 freeway, much lighter traffic than the 5. He didn't like all that congestion on the 5 freeway, but the 210 may provide him an opportunity to get out of this, or at least get it back on the freeway. He's not going to get out of this, I don't think, but he just went through that red light there. Another red light. Here he is, entrance ramp to the 210 freeway. Going to go southbound on the 210. Eastbound 210 heading south through this part of the San Fernando Valley and eventually through Latuna Canyon before he heads eastbound. If he stays on the 210 freeway, this will allow him to go much faster, which was what I have a feeling he is itching to do. He really was getting antsy on surface streets. It was safe at first, but then he really started picking up steam here and was trying to put up, trying to lose that primary officer, which was not going to happen. But again, he's got 2 helicopters overhead. LAPD not giving this up. You can see that primary unit getting on the 210 freeway with him, only about 5 car lengths behind the suspect as he continues to push the pedal to the metal. Now doing about 90 miles per hour eastbound on the 210 freeway. Eastbound 210 picking up speed here up to 100 miles per hour, triple-digit speeds, zooming past everybody on the 210 freeway. Again, light traffic, thankfully. This is going to be the safest place for this pursuit. He is really itching to step on, and you can see he's doing just that. 110 miles per hour eastbound on the 210 freeway past Hubbard. Still in Sylmar here, heading straight down towards let's see, his next street is going to be, what's the next exit there, Lucas? We'll look ahead just a little bit. It looks like all light traffic on the 210 freeway here. Not a whole lot of traffic to contend with. That's going to be Foothill Boulevard. Eastbound 210, over 110 miles per hour. Again, this is a black Infiniti, heavily tinted windows, now pushing 120 miles per hour as he speeds down the 210 freeway, coming up on Paxton Street through Pacoima. No signs of slowing down, weaving all the way over to the left lane and just kind of squeezing through the very little traffic that is in front of him here. Christina, go ahead. Getting off the 210. Assignment desk, go ahead. Getting back on the freeway. Eastbound 210 freeway, got off, a little bit of a head fake, and is now getting back on the 210 freeway. A lot of trucks out there this evening, still doing already about 90 miles per hour as he enters the freeway once again. That night sun on him, and he is using all 4 lanes of the 210 freeway. Continuing down the 210 freeway about 100 miles per hour into Lakeview Terrace, getting off at Lakeview Terrace. This is going to be Osborne Street as he gets off of the 210 freeway. He will have an opportunity to get back on if he chooses, or he can make a left or right here on Lakeview Terrace, and it looks like he's going to make a left turn. A left turn underneath the overpass, under the 210 freeway. Slow making the turn there, maybe making a U-turn. Making a U-turn, getting back onto the westbound 210 freeway, which is technically north as you make your way through Lakeview Terrace. So he's getting back on the freeway here, reversing course, and now he's going to be on the westbound side of the 210. right, 210 freeway coming up on the 118 freeway, passing Paxton Street, still doing about 100 miles per hour. LAPD still in pursuit of this black Infiniti. Not sure what the original want was here, but they are believed to be heavily armed suspects, or at least a suspect inside of that vehicle. We do not know how many people are inside the car. LAPD really doing a great job keeping up with them. We've seen a lot of erratic moves and some pretty extreme speeds, and yet despite all of that, LAPD is no more than 10 car lengths behind them, with a close eye on them on the ground and from above. Again, 2 helicopters pursuing this suspect. That night sun coming from the lower level chopper there that is really trying to kind of glean any kind of peek into that vehicle, if at all possible, to try and decipher how many people are in there or whatever they can tell. But in the meantime, you can see he's encountering a few more cars in his way here as he weaves through here. Slowing down with traffic, about 65 miles per hour now. Making his way over to the right, could show signs of getting off the freeway, or he could stay committed to the 210. We'll look for that exit opportunity. In the meantime, LAPD has a number of units now on the freeway with them, upwards of 7 altogether. And he is getting off at Hubbard Street. Getting off at Hubbard. We'll see what happens at the end of Hubbard here. I think he will again have the opportunity to go right through the intersection, but he's not going to take it. He's going to make a left turn coming towards us now. This is going to be a westbound turn over the 210 freeway at Hubbard, westbound Hubbard, coming up on a red light here. He's going to go, is he going to go through the red light? He's going to make a right turn on Foothill Boulevard. A right turn on Foothill. LAPD getting off the freeway with him. A whole contingent of pursuing officers making the turns with him here as he continues this chase. He is still showing no signs of pulling over, but I'm a little bit surprised that he is off the freeway. He seemed much more comfortable on the freeway, but he seems to be making all of this up as he goes along. There is no clear destination in mind. This is a bona fide joyride, if you will, as he just kind of meanders through Sylmar here. We have not gone far at all if you consider the actual distance. He's really just been playing a game of cat and mouse with these officers, refusing to pull over, and they are going to take their time. They've got lots of time on their side, but for his part, he only has the fuel that's in that vehicle, so they will not pit him, knowing that there's a weapon in the vehicle, but they can follow him as long as it takes, at a safe distance, as long as he is not doing anything too crazy. And on surface streets, for the most part, he appears to be driving a little bit safer, a little bit slower, but occasionally you'll see him speed up if that primary unit gets too close. All right, we're back on Borden. We have been on Borden at least 2 other times earlier, now making a random left turn into an even narrower street. This is Sayre Street off of Borden Avenue in Sylmar still. Suspect is slowing down a little bit. He's got some speed bumps on this narrow surface street. Again, we're listening for any clues as to what they are dealing with or what may be behind those tinted windows. Getting over onto the wrong side of the road to get around this red light here. LAPD making the left turn with him there. He went right through the red. Continuing now northbound on Dronefield Avenue. Still counting at least 6 units. 6 units right behind him. And yet another right turn onto Astoria Street. Once again, we have been on all of these streets in the last 10 minutes. Really retracing his steps here. kind of meandering through Sylmar. Bromont Avenue off of Astoria. Still doing about double the speed limit. This is a very residential street, no more than 25 miles per hour. He's doing about 40, 45 miles southbound on Bromont. Coming up to a T intersection here and making the right turn right back onto Sayre Street. Again, he was just on Sayre moments ago, so we're doing a legitimate circle now in this neighborhood. Either looking for a place to dump the vehicle or just contemplating his next move. It does appear he seems like it may be familiar territory to him. We don't know that for sure, where this vehicle registration comes back to. However, what he is doing is giving LAPD a potential opportunity to set up for a spike strip. If they could safely lay down a spike strip in front of him, he is starting to establish a little bit of a pattern, turning into another narrow street here. Really, that's an alleyway now off of Felipe Avenue, back towards Sayre Street. He's in the back alley of a group of homes just off of Borden Avenue in Sylmar, kicking up a lot of dust and really showing a desperation here to flee these pursuing officers. Another right turn onto Sayre Street. All over the road. Audio, Lucas, you heard that? Making a left turn now onto Raven Street, westbound Raven from Drone Field. Doing a giant circle in Sylmar. At least he's slowing down a little bit. Of course, as soon as I say that, you'll see him speed up here. But right now, he seems to be traveling at a manageable speed here for LAPD. Was going much faster earlier. Now you see that LAPD primary unit right behind him, right on his tail. These are all Foothill Division units that are leading this pursuit here. The suspect thinking about how he wants to end this or where he wants to take these officers, but it does not look like he's going to get very far very fast. He's really coming down to a crawl, and now he might be pulling over altogether. Coming to a stop, pulling over at Sayre Street and Borden Avenue. LAPD ready for the felony stop here as they instruct him to get out of the vehicle, shining the light in there. Here comes the driver's side door popping open. Driver's side door popping open, and his hands are in the air. Hands in the air, driver stepping out of the vehicle, and he does appear to be cooperating as they instruct him on what to do next. He's got his hands in the air, now in the back of his head. And he's going to be proned out here in just a second, stepping backwards towards those officers, and they may just approach him momentarily here. Here come the handcuffs, and the suspect being safely taken down, and they will have to clear that vehicle. We'll finally find out whether there's anybody else inside that car. Sounds like there might be. There might be a second suspect inside the car. We'll see here. Officers coming around the left side. An arrest team approaching the passenger side of the vehicle. And maybe it's clear. It looks like it might be empty. Still had to pop that trunk, and it does look like this is going to be a code 4 here in just a second. One driver in custody. This could have been much more dangerous. You saw the really crazy speeds on the 210 freeway there. Had a real ominous feel to it, but it does look like the vehicle is empty. This pursuit is over. One driver safely taken into custody. And we will have a full update on this chase coming up tonight on Eyewitness News at 11 o'clock. Reporting live from Air 7, I'm Chris Christie, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.